classroom was my refuge, its walls lined with colorful posters and the chatter of fifth graders a balm to my soul. At 33, I, Sarah Mitchell, had found my calling as a school teacher in our quiet Portland suburb, balancing lesson plans with raising Ethan and Mia, my children with Daniel, my husband of 12 years. Daniel, a contractor, was my partner in every sense, his steady hands building our home, his laughter filling our evenings. But lately, his late nights and clipped responses had cast a shadow over our marriage, turning our cozy house into a place of unspoken tension. It started at Eton's soccer game, where Daniel's absence left a gap in the bleachers. He'd promised to be there, but a text claimed an emergency job. I smiled for Ethan, cheering as he scored, but my heart wasn't in it. Later, at home, I found a note in Daniel's truck while grabbing his toolbox, a scrap of paper with "Meet me tonight, A" in a looping handwriting. My stomach twisted. Who was A? I tucked the note away, guilt prickling for snooping, but the question gnawed at me. Eleanor, my mother, noticed my strain during her weekly visit. She sat at our kitchen table, her silver hair pulled back, her eyes sharp despite her age. "Talk to him, Sarah," she urged, stirring her tea, but her own stories, vague hints about my father's mistakes, distracted me. Eleanor had always been cagey about Dad, who died when I was young, and her reticence now felt like a warning. Jake Palmer, a fellow teacher and friend, offered a listening ear at school. "You're carrying too much," he said, his warm brown eyes steady as we graded papers in the staff room. Jake was single, kind, and always ready with a joke for Ethan and Mia when they visited. I confessed my worries about Daniel, and he nodded, encouraging me to trust my instincts. "You're stronger than you think," he said, his words a spark in my darkening world. That evening, I drove to Daniel's latest job site, hoping to surprise him with coffee. Instead, I saw him with Amelia Ross, his co-worker, at a nearby bar, their hands brushing as they laughed. Amelia was vibrant, her auburn hair catching the light, her confidence a stark contrast to my quiet life. My chest tightened, and I drove home, tears blurring the road. At Ethan's 10th birthday party, I couldn't hold back. As kids ran through our backyard, I pulled Danielle aside, the note trembling in my hand. "Who's A?" I asked, my voice low but fierce. He denied it, his smile forced. "Just a client, Sarah." But Amelia arrived, invited by Daniel, wearing a necklace he'd claimed to lose, a silver pendant I'd admired months ago. Her smug glance and Ethan's confused stare as he caught my distress broke me. I fled to the kitchen, tears falling, the party's laughter a cruel backdrop to my unraveling marriage. The birthday party left me shattered. Amelia's necklace a glittering betrayal. Daniel slept on the couch, his apologies empty, while I lay awake, the note's handwriting burned into my mind. I needed answers, not excuses. The next morning, I searched Daniel's phone while he showered, my heart pounding as I found texts from Amelia. "Last night was perfect. Can't wait for our getaway." My world tilted, the intimacy of their words a dagger. Was he planning to leave us? Eleanor came over, her face lined with worry. "What's happened, Sarah?" she asked, clutching my hand. I showed her the texts, tears streaming. She hesitated, then confessed a secret that rocked me. "Your father had an affair," she said, her voice trembling. "I stayed for you, but it broke me. I fear Danielle's repeating it." Her revelation added weight to my pain. Our family's history was tainted, and Daniel was following the same path. "Protect Ethan and Mia," she urged, her eyes pleading. Jake, noticing my red eyes at school, pulled me aside. "You don't have to go through this alone," he said, his voice gentle. I told him about the affair, and he offered to help, suggesting a private investigator he knew. "Get proof, Sarah. You deserve the truth." I agreed, guilt warring with gratitude. Hiring a PI felt like crossing a line, but Daniel's lies had pushed me there. The PI's report came quickly, confirming the affair with photos of Danielle and Amelia at a hotel. My heart broke, but anger fueled me. I confronted Amelia at her office, a construction firm where she managed accounts. "Stay away from my husband," I said, my voice steady despite the storm inside. She leaned back, smirking. "He's leaving you, Sarah. He loves me." Her confidence shook me, but I saw a flicker of doubt in her eyes. "You're a fool if you believe that," I said, turning away. Daniel, cornered that night, admitted the affair, his voice cracking. "It's nothing, Sarah. I was stressed and she was there." He blamed my distance, claiming I'd neglected him for the kids. His words cut deep, dismissing my sacrifices. I kicked him out, sending him to a motel, and leaned on Jake, who brought dinner for me and the kids. "You're enough," he said, his presence a lifeline. But Eleanor's warning, "protect the kids," echoed, and I wondered if I could save my family or if I was fighting a losing battle. At the school talent show, Amelia showed up uninvited and taunted me backstage. "Danielle's moving in with me," she said, her smile venomous. Rage surged, and I slapped her, the sound echoing as parents gasped. Mia saw, her eyes wide, and I ran to her, shame and fury warring within me. I drove home, vowing to fight for my children, no matter the cost. Mia's tearful questions after the talent show, "Why did you hit that lady?" were a knife to my heart. I moved the kids to Eleanor's house, needing space to regroup. The PA dug deeper, uncovering evidence that Daniel was hiding money in a separate account, possibly to fund a new life with Amelia. His planning to leave, the PI said, showing me bank statements. The betrayal was total, not just our marriage, but our family's future. Jake helped me hire a lawyer, his support a steady anchor. Our talks blurred into something more, his hand brushing mine, his laughter warming the cold spaces in my heart. I pushed the feelings aside, focusing on Ethan and Mia, but Jake's presence was a reminder of my worth. Eleanor, guilt-ridden, admitted she'd suspected Daniel's affair months ago, but stayed silent to save me. "I was wrong," she said, tears falling. Her confession hurt, but it strengthened my resolve. Daniel begged to come home, claiming he'd ended things with Amelia. "I'll change, Sarah," he said, his eyes desperate. I refused, showing him the bank statements. His face paled, and he stormed out, his silence damning. Amelia, meanwhile, spread rumors at school, telling parents I was unstable. My principal called me in, concerned, and I felt my reputation slipping. I confronted Amelia again, this time with my phone recording. "Admit what you did," I said, standing tall in her office. She laughed, but her voice shook. "Danielle's mine. You're nothing." Her threats were venomous, but I had what I needed. Jake helped me file for a restraining order, citing the recording, and the court granted it, barring Amelia from school events. Ethan and Mia struggled, asking why Daddy was gone. I explained as best I could, promising to keep them safe, but their sadness fueled my fight. The lawyer used the financial evidence to freeze Daniel's accounts, protecting our assets. Jake brought over a pizza one night, and we talked until midnight, his support a light in the darkness. At a custody hearing, I presented a recording of Amelia's threats and the bank statements, my voice steady as I detailed Daniel's betrayal. The judge granted me temporary custody, citing Daniel's instability. Daniel broke down, promising to change, but I walked away, choosing my children over his empty words. The courtroom silence was deafening, my heart pounding with both victory and loss. The custody victory was bittersweet. Ethan and Mia's safety my priority, but the loss of our family stung. Daniel entered therapy, sending letters begging for forgiveness, but I held firm, filing for divorce. The lawyer used the financial evidence to secure a fair settlement, ensuring our future. Amelia left town, her rumors debunked when the restraining order became public, her career tarnished. Eleanor rebuilt our trust, spending hours with Ethan and Mia, her stories now honest. I failed you, she said, and I forgave her, our bond stronger for the truth. Jay confessed his feelings one evening, his voice soft as we sat on my porch. I care about you, Sarah, he said. I wasn't ready, but we started dating slowly, his patience a gift. I took a new path, training to become a school counselor, using my pain to help others. My first session, guiding a struggling parent, felt like purpose reborn. Ethan and Mia thrived, their laughter filling our home again. Daniel visited under supervision, his efforts genuine but too late for us. I wished him well, but my heart was elsewhere. The kids and I moved to a smaller house, a fresh start. Jake helped paint Mia's room, his laughter blending with hers, and I saw a future I hadn't dared imagine. Eleanor hosted a family dinner, her pride in me a quiet victory. As a counselor, I led workshops, my story inspiring others. The tangled bonds of my marriage had unraveled, but I'd woven new ones, stronger, truer, mine.